Hi everyone, I just wanted to jump on real quick today and just give you an update on what's going on here in Costa Rica, as well as just to give you a tour of my apartment and the facilities here, as well as the school that I'm studying at. So before I do that though, I just want to say thank you again so much to all of my supporters. I would not be able to be following the Lord's call in my life without you. And heading to Colombia here in a couple months to work with these university students. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So without further ado, I'm going to start the tour. So this is my room. It's not super big, but it's all that I really need. I'm living here in an apartment with another guy who's going for 4 years actually to Ecuador, which is the flag for Ecuador right here. This is his room. And this is the flag for Colombia, where I'm headed. This is about all the decoration that we have are these two flags. We are not, we are definitely guys. The only other decoration is that picture, but that was here when we got here, so I don't know if you can really count that. Here's my guitar. I've been waiting to buy a guitar for about 8 months now because I knew I was coming here and I didn't want to have to pay for extra fees for bringing it along. So I just decided to go ahead and wait till I got here to buy one. And this past week, actually, I got to play in the worship band just as we led worship, and I'll show you where we do that in a few minutes. But for now, I'm just going to walk down to the school and just kind of show you where we're staying. The community here is so that there are 25 people, 25 missionaries that are staying here actually. So that house right across the way, there are 8 girls living in that house, and there's another house around the corner that I'll walk over to in just a minute and just show you. You kind of have to watch your step on these steps because they are not the safest, but it'll do. This is just kind of like a little hangout area that we kind of made with our own hammocks and that people have bought. There's another couple that live right there with their family, Nevin and Tasia Alexander with their 2 little girls. So there are 3 different blocks, residential blocks. This is C block. This is where pretty much all the single missionaries are living, and then that other couple. And then if I can get my keys out, I'll open this door so that we can go to the school and look at some of the other residential blocks as well. The nice thing about this community is that it is completely gated in. So we have an exterior gate, and then we also have the locks on all our doors. So this is the neighborhood right here. These are some of our neighbors right here. They've been living here for like 20 plus years. They're really nice and really friendly people. That black gate all the way over there is B block, and there's 4 different families that are living over there. This is a public park that's right here, which is really convenient for the little kids and the missionary kids. And this is A block, which is where I'm trying to think 3 more families live. And then as you can see, this is the gate for Senso. We have to ring the bell to go in. So it's always very protected, which is really nice when we're in a city of 3 million people. So the school is actually over here on the right, and over here on the left is actually our ministry partners here in Costa Rica. They work with children's ministry. This is some of their buses and other things for their work here in Costa Rica. They do have, the other thing about this facility that's really nice is they always have guards working here. So as I said, it's pretty safe. We have 4 hours of class every morning from 8:15 to 12:15, and then we have lunch. And then depending on the day, we either have Spanish chapel, which we had today, which is right after class. On Mondays or Tuesdays, we have a missiology class. Thursdays we have free in the afternoons, and then Friday we also have free. And in the mornings on Tuesdays and Fridays, we actually have kind of a group quiet time, abiding time, and kind of worship time that we do before class. It's about 45 minutes to an hour before class, and we do some worship, as well as we have our director normally comes up and leads us in a Bible study. So here in a minute, we're going to walk in, and I'm just going to show you some of the classes. They do in the afternoons. It's about 1:20 here right now. In the afternoons, they do sometimes do one-on-one tutoring, or they do just some other individual kind of based classes. So I'm not going to be super loud as we walk through here, and I might pause it and come back later and just talk when we're outside. But yeah, here we go. So this is the chapel. They just recently redid it, so it's really, really nice. I think they did it just before we got here, so it's really nice and redone. The school is actually called Cincel, which means to chisel, and that's just because the school is a formational school for missionaries. So that's kind of where they got the name from. The Lord is sculpting us and preparing us to go to be sent out and be missionaries here in Latin America. That's the kitchen. We have some other offices here. Some of these are just different, smaller classrooms. As I said, there's some people in there, so we're not going to open any up. So this is the library. All these books that are in here were donated to the school, I think sometime in the 90s. I'm not exactly sure when they were donated, but it's a really nice area for us to study in. And I know we try to use it. I try to use it as much as I can, but the school's only open till about 4 before they lock up for the evening. So there's really only about 3 hours in there when we can use it in the afternoons. But I try to use it when I can, and then I study in the afternoons and the evenings. So there's all these classrooms, and then downstairs there's just another hallway of classes. During the day I have an hour of phonetics class, an hour of grammar class, and then 2 hours of conversation. The classes, my first 2 classes have 7 or 8 people in them, and then my conversation class only has 4 people plus a teacher. So we get a lot of one-on-one time working directly with the teachers to learn our language, and then at the end of the day they send us home with another 2 hours of homework. So they keep us busy. And then on the weekends, we kind of have the weekends off. At least we don't have to take classes on the weekends, but we do still go to a local church here and are trying to get plugged in with the other ministries here that are in Costa Rica. For example, I've connected with Josh Amiot, who works with university ministry here in Costa Rica, and starting this week I'm actually going to be going to some of their small groups and just working with some of their students as well, and just hopefully kind of picking up how they run university ministry here in Latin America, because it is different, and they do have to run it a little bit differently than they do in the States. So other than school, I try to get out of this complex as much as I can, because it's easy just to kind of be in a bubble here with 25 plus missionaries and other missionary kids. It's easy to be in kind of just a American bubble. So I try to get out and connect with some of the other Costa Ricans. They call them Ticos. So I've met a couple of people from church. We've gone and done some soccer. I still can't really play because I had my surgery a few months ago, and that's healing really well, by the way. So yeah, everything's going really well here in Costa Rica. I'm learning the language slowly. However, I think it's going to definitely be a benefit for me to learn it here, as opposed to just jumping straight in, not being able to speak the language and trying to do ministry that way. As I mentioned, I do have a roommate here who's here for he's going on a 4-year term to Ecuador. And the amount of time that you spend here at Cincel is based on the term that you're going for. Since he's going for a 4-year term, he actually spends an entire year here at Cincel doing language studies. And since I'm here for 1 year, I'm only doing 1 trimester, and then I just go straight to the field after that. So just some other things I've been trying to do since I've been here. So I've been trying to, enjoy the place that I'm at as well. So I'm going to try and go to Cartaga next in a week or two, just to kind of see some of the areas and just, like I said, get out more and just try and speak as much Spanish and learn as much Spanish as I can by interacting with the locals. The weather here is very odd. It'll be super sunny in the morning and then pour in the afternoon and then be sunny again. And it pretty much does that every day. So there's not a day that I try not to walk around without an umbrella or a rain jacket, because you more than likely will get rained on. So yeah, thank you all again for supporting me. It means so much to me. And just in terms of prayer requests, I just pray that I'm able to learn this language. Pray that I'm able to be able to speak. I can understand more than I can actually speak. So there's a level of stepping outside of my comfort zone and just trying to talk with Costa Ricans that's around here in Spanish, even though it's kind of hard because I don't really speak well. Just prayers that I would be able to step out of that comfort zone. So as you can probably tell through this entire video, I don't have any video editing skills, but there's grace for that. And this video was just meant to highlight what I'm doing here in Costa Rica, the language that I'm learning, and just give you all a general update. So I hope this information was great for y'all. I would love to answer any questions that you may have about what I'm doing here in Costa Rica, so feel free to reach out to me on Facebook or WhatsApp. I do have a cell phone number still, the same one I had in the States. However, I can't receive phone calls on it, so you can text me on that if you have that as well. I hope to talk to y'all soon. I hope you have a blessed weekend as well. Bye.